Welcome to Beauty of Nature, a breathtaking zoo and sanctuary deep in Thailand's lush forests. This isn't just a zoo, it's an immersive world where nature thrives. Towering trees, flowing waterfalls, and rich jungle trails create a paradise for both animals and visitors. Every habitat is crafted with extravagant detail, blending conservation with stunning architecture inspired by Thai culture. Guests explore hidden temples, misty caves, and vibrant pavilions, all while getting up close with incredible wildlife. This zoo was crafted by Gene Tide, and today I will guide you through it. Join me. Here we are, staring at the beautiful, gorgeous entrance area of Beauty of Nature. As I've revealed in the preview for this is a zoo, or a park rather, set in Thailand, and the name of the game here is extraordinary theming. This is such a lush, vibrant zoo, and has been so much work put into designing the buildings and the nature, and you are truly transported to a rainforest-like environment in another country, in Thailand, effectively. So Gene Tide took so much time to look at these rock structures alone. That is just gorgeous stuff. That is over 6,000 pieces, and all throughout this zoo you will be amazed, hopefully, just as I am, by the temples and the buildings and just the intricate designs that are on display here. So we're gonna waste no further time, and we're going to fly towards the entrance here, and we will enter a giant, and I do mean giant, forest. Almost all this zoo is covered with a rich canopy, and as you can see already, a couple of open zones remain with these beautiful, gorgeous temples that, according to Jean herself, took months and months to complete. This is really a work of passion and dedication, and it's an absolute honor to be able to tour it. So let's dive right in. We're going to walk past this amazing arch to begin with. Already you can see the intricate design that is at play here, looking back at this amazing start of the zoo. And this is the opening area. It starts off humble. We can get some information here from this pleasant fellow. But we are going to check out this sign right next to the toilets. I mean, even the toilet, guys, even the toilet, is at least 100 pieces. This has so much going on, this zoo. You're gonna miss things if you just follow along my tour. I advise you to go check out this creator's videos and check it out on the workshop yourselves. So here's a sign revealing that these animals are native to Thailand, and that the land has been preserved as much as possible. We are walking through the rainforest, and the immersion for the guests is just as important as the immersion for the animals, pretty much. Also, there is a tiger breeding program. We are instructed to follow the main path signs, and there are some viewing areas that are posted separately, and if you need it, there's some German on the back. So the main path is right through here, so let us go. This is a staff-only area. I am inclined to already deviate from the main path just to check how detailed the staff area is going to be. Maybe I shouldn't. I don't want to reveal unfinished parts of the zoo, so let's just let that fella do his work and walk. And just look at this, guys. The vibrant, rich, completely covered over field with just the glimpses of sun going through here. It is not easy to accomplish, let me tell you. There is so much foliage going on here to block your view and really make you feel like you are in a huge primal forest, and that is so well done. We are crossing a river here, which might be a habitat, I'm not sure. Are we crossing a habitat? I don't think so. It's just a gorgeous river. But I see something right up ahead, past this man with the amazing mustache. this is looking like it is a primate habitat for, yes, the Gibbon lives here. A rather inaccurate sign here, of course. They live mostly in this region of the world. They have no business living in what is this? They don't live in Ukraine, for example, so not quite accurate. But the Gibbon is in this amazing habitat. This climbing frame is so well done. You see the protection for the trees built here. They have platforms, they have ropes, and an amazing fence. And there is one of the guys. They have such a funky little walk. If you've seen them in real life, it's quite accurate. They just run holding their arms up like they're sort of scared to touch the ground. Really interesting animals. Yeah, wonderful first habitat. I feel the only thing that I would want to improve in this zoo, and maybe we can sort of manipulate it somewhat, is the lighting in Planet Zoo. Works very well for light, but for darkness it isn't always as beautiful. So I want to see which time of day allows for most light to stream in. It's not gonna get much better than this, but you guys can definitely already see how beautiful this zoo is going to be. Seems like the siamang is also in here. So yeah, they are somewhere in here. They have so much space to hide as well, which I appreciate, which is realistic and which is what was indicated. The main path and the shortcut, I think we're going to stick to the main path, right? We're going to stick to the main path. We will remember that this sign exists, but we will stick to the main path. And look at this path is already one of the best paths in the game, but you have the borders just completely merged into the forest. And there is a fence here, but you barely notice it because the bamboo and all the bushes and the trees are so, like, what's the word, rich, I guess. Like, you really don't know what's coming next, and I really appreciate that. Here we get another view here of the siamang and the gibbon's enclosure. There is one of them walking here. I think I saw one of them. You saw it too, right? I don't need to double track, backtrack, I mean. So yeah, look at that temple in the back. Is that like their indoor enclosure, or there's so much going on that we can't even see from here up here, which is cool. Which really means that this zoo strives not only for the guests to have a good time, but also for the animals to have a lot of privacy, because clearly they have some stuff going on in the back that we are not necessarily privy to be witness to, which is realistic for something like this, which clearly is more like a sanctuary rather than a merely built for guests' pleasure. We do get a look here of this area. I might have spoken too soon, but look at that temple back there. This is where many of these monkeys are resting. Wonderful. This is gorgeous. These custom, barriers. I love that mustache guy is just following me around the zoo, enjoying. Why aren't you working, sir? Why are you just strolling through the park? You have nothing better to do? Sure, there's no guests, so maybe I shouldn't be complaining. This is a staff-only area, probably leading to the monkeys. I want to check it out. I want to check out this beautiful temple from up close. Look at this. Amazing work. Amazing work. Amazing work. Oh, wow. Now I'm getting lost. We came from here, right? So, okay, the Binturong. What is this? Oh, it's actually a sign that I have never seen before. Even though I own the game and have owned it for a while, I've never seen this sign. But this is a Binturong viewing, so lush. Look at that, you barely see the floor. Where are the Binturongs though? They must be even here. You get these temples like hidden in the forest. It's beautiful. It really is. No Binturong visible as of yet. So let us see if we can get a better view up here. We get a more open air section here, a bench so we can rest. I want to see them. They're sleeping. They deserve it. They get a whole beautiful temple for themselves. Here is one of them, I believe. Sort of just standing there. Let's manipulate nature for a little bit. I want to see them in action. This is the Binturong. Of course. If you see them in real life, they are really funky animals. That oh, there's another one. Finally, there's one moving. But guys, I'm just looking at the forest, right? The habitats are beautiful, but the temples and the forest. The theming, I mean, you have seen nothing yet. I've already looked at this zoo before starting to record, and there's so much beautiful stuff coming. These temples are just a preview of some of the beautiful, like, courtyards that G. Tide has built. We are going to walk past these staff-only sections. Like, even the toilets have had so much work put into them. Right? I mean, not that toilets don't deserve attention to detail, but it's just beautiful work. The shortcut is something we did take, although, like, there's actually stuff going on there. If we follow the main path, I wonder, do we get to the shortcut eventually? It looks like we do, so we're going to stick to the main path, like a good fairy tale princess. Wow, something about this I really like. This is something something you would see in a real zoo, right? Look at this. Beautiful. I should use more bamboo, right? Even though I'm building in an African zoo. Bamboo is just so useful and so versatile. Wow. This is the wild, this is the wild water buffalo and the tapir, and they get such a beautiful open air habitat. Look at them. This shelter itself is already gorgeous. You see the buffalo there resting, the tapir is out and about, but look at the floor is just covered everywhere with underbrush, with bushes, with plants. There's barely any normal, like Planet Zoo floor visible. I love this so much. This is like one of the rare parts in the zoo where you do get the beautiful blue sky, and it really does wonders to showcase the beauty of what you're seeing. A fantastic viewing area as well, right? Even for the guests. You come from the relative darkness and then you get the sunlight hitting you, and these beautiful animals with water everywhere. Beautiful shelter at the back. Amazing stuff. Truly. Yeah. You already get some previews of temples here in the back. We'll get to them all. Yeah, guys, just feast your eyes, and if you ever want to create a realistic forest, I guess really try and be inspired from all the bamboo and all the plants. And if you are in this forest part of the zoo, you barely see the sky anywhere you look, and that's not easy to achieve. Trust me, you really need to pay attention. Looks like we get an elephant view, and we are going to head up there first, because of course the Indian elephant rather, is going to be an integral part of this zoo. And just look at this, right? The fallen leaves, the rocks sunken into there, the protection for these trees. Yeah, and they got a lot of space. I already looked at this habitat a bit. They have a lot of space. They have a temple that you can walk through eventually, I believe. And I think there's actually at the other side of this even more space for the elephant. Gorgeous. Seems like most of them are in there. There's even a cute little baby there following its mommy around. This is just amazing. It really is. This feels so grand and naturalistic and really inspiring. Indian elephant, yes indeed. There is the baby. Just fantastic, really. Look at the way the sunlight hits that wall there in their bathing section. The sprinkler there, the use of all these pieces, the Indian, the Indonesian. It's just fantastic. It really is. Makes me jealous, right? Hey, we even get a pretty decent view here of yeah, this is also a gorgeous view actually of the buffaloes and the tapirs. Just amazing. Makes me jealous that I am not at this level. I really am not. I've been playing for a while and there's things that I can do that I'm proud of, but I just don't have the patience is my problem. The patience that it takes to build this, trust me. There's one section in the zoo, and when we get there, I'll tell you that Gene Tide has worked on for 2 months, and I have no doubt that the whole zoo must have taken a very, very, very long time to build, and I really respect that. Because look, everywhere you go, there's not a section here that has not been improved with detailing. You get all these little touches, all these plants. I cannot begin to imagine how many plants are in here. I just randomly selected something. Right, this section is 12,000 pieces of whatever I just selected. That is exorbitant, you know? So building that is taking you so much time because all the little things are everywhere. All the detailing is everywhere, and that really, I respect that so much. Let's keep going. Past the staff only. It's a pretty nice view actually. Shame that it's only for the staff to look at, but beautiful. Anyway, we follow the main path once again. We get a bridge with the sunlight hitting it. Apologies for my voice. If you do notice, I'm having some issues with a sore throat, so I do sound a bit different. I hope it doesn't bother you too much. Another of these beautiful river crossings, and just look at this, like the care that's been taken into building this. I doubt that there's like parts of this forest that haven't been detailed to some extent. I don't know what to say, right? Touring zoos really is a humbling experience, don't you agree? If you are at home sitting in front of your console or computer, download some zoos and walk through them to really appreciate what is possible in this game, because I've seen a lot of zoo tours. I've toured plenty myself off camera, but just seeing what other people get up to, right? Seeing the detail that is in here. I'm just randomly running in here. Maybe I shouldn't have, but the detail that is present here, the dedication to building this. Are we going off track? We're not. We are not. It's not Cloud Temple. This is a walkthrough section, yes. So, guys, I want to welcome you to. This is a custom font, right? Yes, I want to welcome you to a beautiful section, a walkthrough section for the mute swan here. But this is just beautiful. This is the part that I actually asked Jean Tide about this, and she said 2 months to build this alone. And that is just something that I can never see myself doing. I'm the type of person, detrimentally so, that I want to build something in a few days. And if it takes longer than that, then my mind is just going, next, let's do something else. Building on something for 2 months is something that I'm not capable of. So, yeah. Just look at this. It is so much effort has gone into this. I really appreciate that so much, and it feels if you have any familiarity with the architecture of the region of Thailand and other, close by parts of that world, then you recognize this. This feels truly inspired by actual architecture of the region, and you have to appreciate that. So I love this walkthrough area. There's even a lot of this that we don't get to see, just revealing the grandeur of this area. But we do get to a section that seems to be for the clouded leopard. I hope this clouded leopard, in contrary to the one in Digital Blob Zoo, isn't trying to drown itself. Yeah, let's go to the clouded leopard viewing to our left, first of all. An amazing, really immersive place here where you really are in the habitat and you get these just only glass separating you from the clouded leopard. So let's see if we can spot one of them. They truly do have a lot of places for us to hide, these things to jump on, things to climb over. They have a lot of place for us to, but I think, is that an adult or it looks like a baby, right? Am I imagining things, or is that an actual adult clouded leopard? They are quite tiny. They are quite small. But yes, it came for a drink and then promptly left to hide again. And I really appreciate that. It really feels like an adventure that you have to look for these guys. And I really like that I got a glimpse of them. Beautiful build. Amazing. And I think I was advised to visit this part as well. I don't think I'm supposed to be up here, so I'll just walk through. Look at this. You really feel like you are entering the ruins of some temple. I can grab a donut though in this amazing shop. Look at this. This is a donut shop, guys. This is a donut shop built by Gene Tide. Bloody amazing. There's rubble around us. We can sort of freestyle and choose where to go. There's broken tiles on the ground. I'm going to progress here first, where we get this walk under the clouded leopards here. I really appreciate this. Is something that you see a lot in modern zoos, where they really create the immersion that you and the animal is sharing an area, right? The ground in this case is continuing into their habitat. And sometimes you get the opposite, where the animal's habitat is sort of extending into the viewer section, and that really gives like an immersive feel, like you are connected to the animal more than just seeing it behind a barrier. And that is clearly evidenced here that Gene Tide knows what she's doing. I wish I could actually see one. Oh, there we go, right on cue. Here we get two, in fact. An adult and I do believe a baby is walking above us from that area right over here. I love that so much. Oh, it changed its mind. It changed its mind. Wow, and then it changed its mind again, doing a crazy glitch there. That is the clouded leopard for you guys. I don't know if you have noticed, if you have clouded leopards in your save, they are really cool. But something about how they climb is really even glitchier than some other animals. But maybe that's just me. But I love the baby trailing its mom or its dad. We're getting a really good view here. Sorry if I stumble over my words a couple of times. That will happen, but I love how this tunnel is really quite long. It really transports the clouded leopard from rather far away habitats. And here is probably the other parent of the baby having fun eating its blood pumpkin. This is fantastic. It really is. This alone is something you would download from the workshop and admire, right? You could just download this part alone and be amazed. But there's more coming, trust me. We have to return. We grabbed ourselves a donut and we return to follow the main path, which will lead us here. We get the opportunity here to have a toilet break, to rest, sit in the shade of these beautiful blossoming trees. Where are we supposed to go? That is staff only. That is the leopard section, but still. This is the section where you sit and you just breathe and you take pictures and you appreciate the beautiful place that you flew to on a plane, paid good money to get here, and then you realize, damn, this was worth it, right? Walk through section, another one of these mute swans. Plants everywhere, beautiful trees. The water itself with this periwinkle detailing. Let's not trample this cute little baby swan. And back we are to the forest, and immediately greeted by such beauty. Just fantastic, right? I'm just curious, just clicking another random part again. I think we clicked the same part as before, but still. At the end of the tour, I might just zoom out and try and see. Beautiful. Beautiful. Try and see how many pieces are involved in this zoo, because, yeah. I mean, I will say, you know, you guys are, if you're following along with my main zoo, Bolo Bolo, it has some issues with its frame rate. There's a lot of animals in there, a lot of pieces, and I'm currently looking at like 11 frames per second. This zoo is currently running at 44 frames per second, so still very, very playable on my current system. Ah, the sun bear. Such a charismatic, funky animal. Let's see if we can sort of change the sunlight's angle. So there's not the glare of the sun on the screen here. But look at this lush habitat we saw. Look how far away that is, right? Look how far they are from us. They get a bridge, they get a beautiful, beautiful temple. Strangler figs everywhere, bamboo. The ground is covered everywhere. There's barely any part of actual floor of the forest visible. I'm just curious, like the traversable terrain of these animals is actually very, very decent. Right? They have a habitat like 1,000 square meters. So they can really use all of this. Which is cool because plenty of plants in the game make it impossible for animals to walk over them. But really, really great habitat for these bears. Who are one of the, you know, probably the most interesting kind of bear that really exists. I'm just looking at this, right? So the barrier section and these so well done. The way the barrier is connected to the forest here, it's beautiful. It seems like we get this random temple for the staff again. Amazing, really. I don't want to be the kind of zoo tour person who just says wow and amazing and stuff, but you know, I try to switch up my adjectives when I tour zoos. But you know, this is the water section that we saw earlier for the elephants, and I think we're getting lucky, and they're gonna have a drink at least. But the scale of this, I think, interestingly, like maybe the habitat is not as big as I imagined, but the fact that so much of it is hidden from the various places where you can see it really suggests that these elephants have the whole forest to them. They don't, of course, but the suggestion is there, truly, that you're looking at the edge of a forest and beyond that is just wilderness. And that is something that you will not see possible in real zoos for the most part. But in Planet Zoo, you really can go all out. I mean, I'm saying that. I have seen tours of real-life zoos, like the Singapore Zoo, I believe, that really is set in a similar forest-like environment, and they're really, you know, nature does the theming for you there, right? So you really are in a... Oh, someone's in a hurry. Main path goes through here, I believe. Yep. Another gorgeous section here, really inspiring. This is the type of thing that I would try to replicate. I mean, I built an elephant habitat recently that sort of has this edge of the forest feel, but not quite like this, not at this level. Another ridiculous toilet, right? Wow, there's something going on in the zoo. There's like a medical emergency for some animals going on, but here we get another view of this sun bear habitat with this central tree really working hard to... What the hell is going on? Why are so many animals being transported by medics? There's something wrong in this zoo. There's like an epidemic going on. But anyway, we got a really good view of the sun bear here as we got distracted by the medical emergency. This is just the toilet building. It's crazy. Anyway, sorry, I don't want to rush through this path, but I want to get through the animals again. Another sun bear view where we're really getting treated to the whole experience here. This is a very big habitat. And that temple really working overtime to amaze us. Fantastic. The rocks here, just a random throwaway part. I keep clicking the same area, or everything is just 12,000 pieces. But there's just like a throwaway section of rocks here that I don't want to know how many parts it has, but that really goes to show. Let's take a jog through this overgrown part, because we want to see more, right? We want to see. There is a viewing area to our left again of the sun bear, and look, you really get like a cave for them, and it also feels like you're going slightly down here. You're entering a cave yourself, kind of. And we get lucky here with a view of one of these bears entering, getting ready to sleep. Fantastic. These animals are really taken care of very well. You love to see it. Truly a zoo where the creator also wanted the animals to have the best of times. You have to appreciate that. I really do these zoo tours imagining that I'm in a real zoo, and you love to see it when we're sort of getting used to the actual... I'm actually gonna pause the game a little bit because I want to know why these medics are panicking so much. So we're back. Apparently it looks like the Bengal tigers in this zoo are acting up and attacking each other. I'm not gonna fiddle with them too much. It's just, normal zoo operations, I guess. But yeah, it seems like a lot of the Bengal tigers are injuring each other, which is a bit concerning, but let's actually carry on. I think we visited this part already. There goes another Bengal tiger seriously injured. Something worrying is going on in this zoo. Maybe I should turn off. We're getting a hint of perhaps the Bengal tigers there in the back. And just a beautiful... this is something really not easy to accomplish. Just blocking off the view entirely takes so much foliage. Amazing. There we go. We stick to the main path. Tempting as these shortcuts may be, we want the whole experience. Another beautifully realized temple here, combining the plaster pieces, Indonesian pieces. Really atmospheric. Really feels like this, like Gene Tide has taken great care to look up, real places in the world. Here we get a really cool, realistic design for the saltwater crocodile. Really realistic, preventing the guests to fall in, preventing the crocodiles to, you know, crawl out. I hope we get to see some of these, because I am running the remaster for these big boys, which is probably one of the best remasters out there. The Saltwater Crocodile remaster on the Nexus mods is an essential mod for me. It really spruces up this animal so much. And a really atmospheric, realistic habitat here for the saltwater crocodile. Because I feel like it's not easy to make a crocodile habitat look really good in Planet Zoo, because of their hitboxes, because of their specific needs. It usually ends up being rather flat and a bit boring, but this is a real, it looks like a real place to me. Great work once again. And you can eat your sandwiches here, surrounded. Can they actually swim beneath us? I feel like they can. Yes, they can. They are also beneath you. It would have been really cool if there were like some glass sections here, so you could eat a sandwich and have crocodiles swim under you. But not complaining about this build at all. It's what I would have done, perhaps. So here, should they venture on land, we get a good view of them here. One of them is resting there in the mud. Amazing. We shall not venture into the staff-only area. We continue following this lush path. I feel like I saw something falling there, but there wasn't. Oh, yes. Yes, this is all that was missing, right? This eye-level underwater viewing of them. And even under the water, it's so beautiful to look at. This is the best. We can sort of see them there at the back. This is also, I would throw in like a lot of fish mods in here actually. That's just me. Just to have like fish swimming here. I feel like I remember seeing in a zoo, couple of zoos, like with hippos and with crocodiles, you get these fish, sort of like an aquarium with them in here. Again, not complaining, it's just spur of the moment thinking. Beautiful. Amazing. Just imagining being here, grabbing another donut, because who doesn't want a donut, and seeing these crocs glide by, sitting here. I'm in the mood for donuts now. That's the takeaway of the zoo. I want some donuts, right? That is my main takeaway. All right, we continue on. I've started to sprint through the zoo because I'm getting excited by the prospect of seeing more of this. We stick to the main path once again. I hope that not following the shortcuts doesn't mean I'm missing out on amazing stuff and that I will eventually see it. I don't know. But look at this. This is the Peafowl, and they get a majestic habitat all to themselves. And this is just unbelievable. To me, I mean, and Gene Tide, if you're going to watch this, you might want to tell me, have you actually done a lot of research on the architecture of the region? You must have, right? This reminds me of actual temples that I've seen. I'm going to try and be smart here, and this is Angkor Wat in Thailand. It's in Cambodia. But it reminds me of this. But just the general vibe of this architecture is very similar to that region, and yeah, amazing work. All of the Peafowl here are white, which is a nice touch, which feels like the obvious thing to do, right? Plenty of inbreeding there. A lot of them. There is a lot of Peafowl in here. Maybe this is the medical emergency, because if you use Peafowl in Planet Zoo, they get sick and, you know, are constantly dying of disease. And it seems there's a lot of them in here going crazy, jumping over this hedge. Amazing stuff. Plenty of inbreeding has taken place here, I imagine. We get a gorgeous fountain and then just this temple. And I think it's actually where we need to go. I think we need to head inside this beautiful temple. Yeah, just thousands of pieces are involved in building it. And I think we actually need to head in there. So I truly expect now that the inside is also going to be gorgeous and detailed. That's what I'm expecting, really. I'm also having to think right now of what the thumbnail will be of this video, because there's plenty of beautiful sections, but I think we have to go in here to the Carnivore Temple. I love it. Carnivore Temple, we get the maned wolf and the Bengal tiger. Main path is this way. Amazing. This is the indoor section for the maned wolf. Wait, no, that's not the maned wolf. I have failed you. I apologize. This is the dhole, or is it dhole? I believe it is the dhole. I apologize to the dhole. I've always said that it is an underrated animal, and then I proceed to misidentify it. This is the dhole, of course. A very unique, interesting canine, which is, interestingly enough, one of the rivals of the Bengal tiger. They really hate each other, and they sort of compete in some sections. So yeah, that is the dhole, and I'm really intrigued by what is behind these doors, but we will faithfully follow the signs, and I believe that is going to be a part of the dhole habitat that we get to see very soon. I love these glimpses of fencing that you can see. Always excited by that in real zoos as well, when you see these, like, what would I call it, these technical human structures hidden but still barely visible. Something about that really triggers something in me. Here we go. The dhole gets a lush big habitat with a beautiful waterfall, hanging vines here, ghost balls. It's a ghost ball rolling on its own without any dhole touching it, but there goes one of them running into the ball. There we go. And there's more of them prowling the forest floor. This is like a very stretched out, thin habitat, but it seems like they have plenty of space for them to go. You don't often see builds for dholes on YouTube. I think this is an animal that's not very popular. I've heard a lot of discourse that people aren't really interested in canines in this game, but this is really the best dhole habitat that I've seen, right? And there is the Bengal tiger here, and right on cue, exactly when I needed it, the Bengal tiger comes prowling past. And this seems like a small section of a larger habitat. Again, we have been told that there's a breeding program involved for the Bengal tiger, so I'm pretty sure we're going to be seeing more of them. The Bengal tiger, of course, the pretty much the second largest tiger subspecies, if I'm not mistaken, right after the Siberian tiger. But the Bengal tiger is pretty much the tiger that people in popular culture usually are talking about, the one that lives in the jungle, the one that really stalks, is known to have stalked human prey in the past. The one from the Jungle Book is the Bengal tiger. We get a rare glimpse of sunlight as we head up here for a rather more generous view of the dholes. without fencing obstructing the view. They get a multi-level habitat with even a cave for them to rest. This is amazing. It even goes on beyond there, and you can see that there's a lot of them in here. And as a guest, you have no idea just how many dolls live in here, because they have so much room and so many places to hide. This is a masterpiece of a habitat, and you just love to see them be so active and behaving in a naturalistic way. And I just love the lighting here, highlighting this fence at the back. Wonderful, just wonderful. We're going to head down and see more Bengal tigers. We are well protected. This is the section we just saw. We get the protective fencing, and we see one of them heading into its shelter. Which is also, of course, going to be a beautiful temple. I hope we get another Bengal tiger here, a view of them maybe. There's one of them sleeping. Maybe it's the one we just saw, I don't know. Oh, here comes the vet to abduct another Bengal tiger. Maybe not. Actually, I want to know, is this Bengal tiger part of the... Oh, there goes one. That one was part of the Bengal... Oh. Or it was just added to the habitat. Okay. Oh, something's happening. Yep. Another Bengal tiger was just abducted by the vets. Gene Tide, if you care about the welfare of your tigers, you might want to check the zoo again, because something's going on with your tigers. They are diseased. I did see a beautiful white variant there in the back. We will obviously get to see that later on. More doles. More views are being doled out to us. Right over here. This is where it sinks down and they can get up here. But I want to see the tigers, right? At this point, I think you all agree we want to see more of the tigers. Man, am I glad that the baby is sleeping right now. If my voice annoys you, I apologize. I want to record this in one go. I maybe need to grab a drink soon, because I do sound a bit different, I'm aware. Yeah, this is what we just saw. We just were there and looked over here. I believe there's like more than one tiger habitat in here, which makes sense, right? They did... Okay, I have to know. Let's pause. What are you transporting? A Bengal tiger. There is really something worrying going on. So, yeah. Let us continue. We get a raised view here of this habitat. I love that they get this middle section that's higher up, and that they can still interact with each other on varied levels of terrain. Seems like there's two of them in there. And you just never get to see the full picture. And that is like a logical thing to do when you build a zoo. Like in many zoos in the real world, you don't get the full picture. But it's not easy to achieve in Planet Zoo. It takes a lot of work to hide the totality of your zoo, or even hide other habitats, right? But here we get two beautiful tigers. This beautiful fig tree in the middle. They all get their land section and their water section. I love it so much. Really feels like these animals are the central focus of your zoo. And again, the ground is just covered everywhere with stuff. And still everywhere you go, the edges of the wow, I'm struggling with my words here because I'm so impressed. Everywhere you go, the edges of the path are just covered with things, with plants, with rocks. Beautiful. Really. We're ignoring the shortcut, even though we just poked our eye on the sign. I was very immersed there. Time to grab another donut, and what else can we grab? Just some soda. So we're gonna grab a soda and a donut. We're gonna take a seat here, and I am going to pause the game and have a drink, because my voice is deteriorating a little bit. I'll be right back. Alright, we're back, I guess. There goes another veterinary. This is ridiculous. I can't ask you as if you're the chat in a stream, but I might have to turn off like illnesses and injuries, right? Because this is getting a bit ridiculous. I might do that. Maybe the vets are distracting you. Let's go to the settings here and enable. Well, it is actually not enabled. Enable animal injuries in fights, I believe, is the problem. I believe there's some issues here with the tigers fighting each other. So let's turn that off and give ourselves some peace of mind and these poor tigers some well-deserved rest. There we go. We continue. I'm hoping to put the the poor treatment of these tigers. Well, the good treatment of these tigers, but yeah, behind us. Wow. Wow. What a view. You turn the corner here and you are greeted with this beautiful sightline of this temple. This floor alone is 7,000 pieces. And then that is another 4,000. We're looking again at 11,000 plus pieces here. I feel this is like a little subtle exhibit hidden next to the toilets with pythons, I want to say, boa constrictors. Okay. But yeah, what a thing to be greeted by. We get these beautiful sections of waterfall leading into this like fountain area and this bloody brilliant temple area. Looking great in any lighting, really. This guy is slacking on the job. I bet that is the tiger guy. This is the tiger guy who's just visiting the zoo, like checking out the toilets and everything. And meanwhile, people are in the command center. Where's the tiger guy? Call tiger guy. Our tigers are dying and he's doing nothing. Anyway, is this even like a habitat, or is this just for the guests? Right? I'm even getting a bit. Am I just allowed to roam freely here? Dude, come on. Come on, and then the grasses on the roofs. Come on, man. What am I doing? Why am I playing this game? What am I adding to the YouTube community? Like, all I do is spam buffalo grass and then say, ooh, I really love this. Look at what other people are doing, man. Look at this. Oh, is this a butterfly garden? Yes, it is. It's like an open... Come on, man. I can't with this. I have 3 choices still, but I'm going to take the main doors here. Which is a good choice. There's a little drink section here. Grabbing some ice cream, some gulpies, and then we... I hope my microphone picked up on that, but I tip my hat to you. Gene Tide, really, truly, I tip my... No, okay. Is this a custom path with 4 rocks? Come on. 13,000 pieces to construct this custom path. 13 pounds. I am just... My tongue is tied. 13,000. Gee, I can't even say it. It's that ridiculous. A custom path made with 13,000 full rocks. You think you've seen everything, right? You think you've seen everything, and then you get to this. Amazing. I have to credit Jean Tide not only for stunning me with this, but also like now realizing now how good she is, that she helped me a little bit with Bolo Bolo. Like, thank you for stepping down from your throne up in the heavens and helping me out, because this is beautiful. Amazing. Everywhere you look, these hanging vines, the detailing here in these temple pieces, the butterflies flying overhead, the way you emerge from that building and back into an open section here with these beautifully designed water pools with these trees and these bamboo bushes. Wow. And then just like a different kind of architecture, still the same region, but a different style here for what is probably going to be, we can assume, the Indian elephant. I believe we looked into this habitat from here. I think we've been there and we looked at them from here. This looks to be all females, right? Oh, the game is paused. No, it isn't. It is. Is it? I don't know. They're just not really moving. They're all sleeping. I hope. I hope there's not another medical emergency that I'm looking at right here. Okay, that baby is the only one moving, which is realistic, right? even for humans. I tend to lounge in the chair while my kid has the zoomies. But there is a second section here, and if it might be that this section is for the male elephants, who knows? They seem to be separated. I'm not going to speak too much out of turn here, but I feel like that is what's going on. And this is also a nice touch. This is a part where you do see the the Planet Zoo border of the map, and it really works. This is where it suddenly opens up and you get open sky and hills in the background. And I feel like this was a perfect place to do that, and a fittingly large building here for them. Another beautiful bridge here. I think we are walking over a habitat or maybe I was completely wrong and the elephants can actually go all the way here and then under the bridge. I think that is the case. Maybe there's not two habitats at all. Look at the rock work. I mean, these are the things that you notice, just the detail here, and the elephants are able to walk beneath us. It's amazing. What is that? Is that part of the zoo? I don't know. I don't think so. We'll zoom out at the end and see the secrets. I love how this baby is just having so much fun. We've seen it many times during the tour, and it really is having the best of times. Good on you, little baby elephant. Good on you. Right, the main path will go to our right. I love the shortcuts. They were added just for realism's sake. If you want to visit the zoo in real life and you want to head somewhere quickly, you take a shortcut. That is just a nice realistic touch. All right. We get the Asian small otter. There we go. We're also going to be getting an underwater viewing. Amazing animals. I love these guys in real life. If you've if you've seen these in the zoo, you will agree. They are so much fun to look at. They're always moving, they're always out and about, playing with each other, inspecting their habitat, making the best sounds. So yeah, love to see these. Why is it that every time I click to see the piece count, it gives me this number? I'm confused. Maybe I'll zoom out and see what's going on at the end. But yeah, an otter viewing. Don't bump your head here. We're going to be getting a second viewing here, should they venture down here, of this very muddy play area pretty much for them. It's a shame they're not actually oh, there is one. There we go. Here is one of the otters. A really fun environment, right? This is sort of like their play area where they get to roll in the mud and interact with all of their stuff here. Very well done. We cross another beautiful river. And this is the underwater viewing for the otter. There we go, there's a couple of them swimming here. And also a realistic touch that I've seen more and more people do, like adding the growth of at the inside of the glass, which is realistic. I've also seen people adding it to like the border, the surface of the water, because that would also often be a bit dirtier, a bit grimier than the rest. But yeah, another great touch in this zoo that is so full of details and attention to realism and vibrant habitats. I mean, look at this. Asian water monitor gets the same type of treatment here. More of a above water view here. You could sit here and enjoy these really cool lizards having a swim. Great model also. They get a deservedly large habitat for these aquatic lizards. Look at him. He's going like, "Nyeh, nyeh. Look at my habitat, it is amazing." Alright, we'll get to see more of them. I do believe that I'm getting close to the end of the zoo, right? I don't think there's a lot of habitats left. Where do we go now? Is this a... Where do we go now? We were here before. Let's take the shortcut back. Am I getting lost? Main path. Let's go to the right. That seems the way to go. There we go. Apologies for my silence. Oh, nope. Let's get back up here. Yes, we get to walk over the... There's so much going on here. We get to walk over the monitors. They have a habitat that is pretty big and they have a lot of places to hide and varied terrain. You have to appreciate it for sure. We get another view here. This habitat is really intricately designed. There's so much perspectives you can get from so many different levels and ways. Really well done. And here we are. We have arrived at the end. We've come full circle here at this beautiful arch that truly delivered on its promise for a zoo that is lush and vibrant and realistic and breathtaking. And at this point, I think I'm going to sort of break the illusion a little bit and zoom out, because I did show you some cinematics in the beginning, but just so you get a sense of what is going on. And even the parts, that you won't visit during a zoo tour, is just chock full of trees and bushes. You can't blame them for not finishing this part, but even here on the beaches, there is detail going on, and these rocks are beautiful. And looking from above, you have very little clue as to what's inside this amazingly designed habitat. You just get hints and glimpses, and then those few parts of the zoo where the sunlight is allowed in, you get these fantastic temple structures that really show so much planning and insight into creating these gardens. In this case, look at this, guys. Look at this. This looks like a screenshot from like an Assassin's Creed game or something. You know, like a $100 million video game developer team made this. But no, this was one person who just spent a few months crafting an area like this. And you really have to appreciate the view from up top as well. I think you can do zoo tour in explore mode, but you really truly know what you're dealing with when you see it from the builder's perspective and appreciate the scale and grandeur of what you're looking at. And the total vision isn't always readily available when you're doing the realistic explore mode view. When you look at it like this, you appreciate it even more, in my opinion. What is actually this? Oh, okay, now I get it. Why? You see, I was so immersed in the entrance. That's really telling. I was so immersed in the entrance that I didn't realize this water was actually contained in a barrier. That is really speaking volumes about how well made this was, is that I never had the need to look at that. But yeah, we get this temple as well with the peafowls. There's so many of them in here. Just wonderful. And then of course builder secrets, all of the things are in here. If you play Planet Zoo, you know, you all have this, right? This sort of smorgasbord of building pieces thrown at the edges. But truly, it was an honor to visit this amazing sanctuary, seeing its temples, seeing its sights, being immersed in the forest, being inspired by this architecture, and very impressed. It was an honor to tour this zoo, and I will very often do zoo tours like this again. Guys, tell me in the comments what you think of tours like this. Should I be doing more of them? Do you have zoos that you think I should visit? Let me know. And yeah, also go check out, as I told you, go check out Gene Tide. They have a YouTube channel that I will link, and go download this zoo and check it out for yourself. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you next time.